Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. So I just made a recording maybe like an hour ago, and it was just something kind of short and simple, which is not really the norm because normally I kind of go over that 20-minute mark. But I had so many emails asking me why didn't I elaborate more because that was a topic that I guess so many people wanted to um, touch on. And so I don't know. I just didn't. I was at lunch for one, and I kind of just wanted to get something in. And again, I try to kind of stay away from that because that can be a very, very controversial topic. But I figure, you know what? We're all grown, so we can all, just share our opinions and keep it moving, right? So, okay, guys. If you've been under a rock, then you haven't heard about all this, all this talk about high value men, high value women that seem to just been coming out of the blue. It probably may have been going on, but it's just it's more profound like right now. A lot of people are kind of, really starting to watch a lot of these recordings. Maybe it's because people are still, at home and not working. Who knows? But whatever, it's out there. All right, so here's the thing. I am, like I said in my last video, I'm very, very, stern about not letting society press anything in my mind that society deems as success or high value. But at the end of the day, it's still the core values of, because with high value people, really, society will tell you that it's money and that they're rich and successful in society standards. And okay, cool, whatever. But why leave out the integrity, the character, the discipline, the order, the structure, having God at that foundation? Like, to me, a lot of that stuff is being left out. And when you realize that you can have it all one day and lose it all literally the same day, you got to get yourself to a point where you realize, like, okay, cool, you're hardworking, you do what you do. Yes, give yourself props on being this hardworking person and making it happen for your family or whatever. But you cannot take God out of the equation. So that's one thing that triggers me when I have seen some of the videos. I'm like, but I'm not saying you got to be churchy, holy, preacher, deacon, none of that stuff. But where is God in the center of all this success and all this money? So that's one reason, that I kind of stay away from it, right? Or don't comment, I should say, on someone else's recording, because that's the first thing I'm going to say. All right. Now, here's the thing that a lot of women may be in their feelings about, but it is what it is. It's all about being able to listen, grow, and put the work in. High value attracts high value, right? And no, that's not saying you have to be a millionaire, you have to be rich. What that is saying is that, yes, you need to have character, integrity, substance, all that good stuff. So you will have a group of women who feel like just because they're beautiful, they can attract high value men. Well, we know most, if not all, men are visual. Okay, that's no secret, right? So, okay, your looks, your body, or whatever may attract him, but would it keep him? So you may attract him, for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months. But listen, if he's high value, he's under a lot of stress. So when the world starts to cave in on him and all you can do is sit there and look pretty, that's going to get old real quick. So you have to have substance about yourself so you can be able, and of course, a relationship with God, if you are a believer, where you can be able to hold the fort down when he's going through a difficult time. Can you pour into him? Can he pillow talk with you and you have an intelligent conversation versus you talking about you wanting your hair, your nails, and your eyelashes done? Like, that's why it's so important to develop yourself, because sadly, especially in our community, a lot of times, a lot of that stuff was not developed. Many of us didn't come from that 2-parent household that had discipline, structure, and order. So now you come on the scene thinking that you can request for a man to be a millionaire and a man to have no children and a man to have, A1 credit and this type of car and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, if that's your thing, then listen, that is, by all means, that's your choice. Okay? Don't let nobody deter you from whatever it is that you need. However, it's important to understand that you're going to have to take a look at your own life, because a high value man or a woman is somebody who's really built what they have, right? These are not usually your overnight success people on social media who just develop overnight. Those people won't even have character or integrity because they just got success overnight. But when you're talking about someone who really have their ducks in a row, that took a lot of discipline, a lot of order, all that stuff, right? So why would they jeopardize dealing with someone who has drama, baby daddy drama, baby mama drama, got messed up credit? Okay, your credit messed up, so if I marry you, you're going to mess mine up. So the list that you may have, and I know a lot of women have a list. I've never had a list. Like, I'm just, I might have 3 or 4 things, but those are my base requirements. But some people have this list, and you have this whole list of what you want and what you desire. But when you look back at yourself, can you bring that same thing? Do you want a rich man? Do you have your finances in order? You may not be as rich as he, but do you have your finances in order? If not, are you taking financial courses? Are you doing research online about credit and investments and things of that nature? Okay. You want a man who is well-traveled. Do you have any idea about being well-traveled? If you can afford it, cool. Have you researched it? You want these things, but if he was to take you to dinner and have a conversation with you, would you be able to have an intelligent conversation? And I think these are things that people really don't look at. And it's probably because of ignorance, no disrespect. Ignorance is just not knowing. And so until they really get in front of a person who's truly high value, these people are, listen, I have a lot of high value friends and people, even people I've dated, if I'm honest. I've dated, a internal medicine doctor and a dentist at one point. And I'm telling you, like, these people really have their stuff together. And again, it's not to say that none of them will ever deal with somebody that's maybe a little off the wall. But even if they do, they're going to require you to level up. But the good thing is this: if they really care about you, they will help you. They will assist you. So it wouldn't even feel like a judgment because you don't know or you weren't taught, from your parents. Maybe your parents didn't know, So the good thing about it is that if they really care for you, they will try to help you. The problem is, are you even open to being helped? Are you open to being leveled up? Or are you just wanting everything that he has? Because that's a problem. And this is not one of those little fun conversations. It's just the real. Okay. So one of the emails also asked me, well, how would you meet a high value person? Well, first of all, you got to go where high value people, quote unquote, high value people are. Okay. You can't just go to your local mom and pops, hole in the wall. No knock, no diss, honey, because we all know there's nothing like a hole in the wall party. But I'm just saying, you're not going to find your high value people there. They can't jeopardize their Maybach, their Bentley being stripped. They can't jeopardize being shot in the head because you don't want to, get your leveling up. So you're going to have to level up first. That's why it's so important. Everybody's so against the single season. It's like, oh my God, I'm single. The single season is a beautiful season. That's the season you level up. Because once you get that confidence, which comes from walking in your true purpose and your calling, you can't put confidence on. You can't put it on. Confidence comes from within. So once you've leveled up with your confidence, everything else will start to exude. You will start to, attract certain type of people, which then in turn will have you in certain type of environments. And then you kind of, you have to level up because you feel silly in the room. So it's like, okay, well, especially if you're a competitive person like I am. Like, listen, I'm going to give you props all day, but I'm coming after your neck. Trust me. But, so you got to put yourself in those environments, You want to go to the mom and pop's hood pool hall. Not knocking it. again, you guys know I'm very, very diverse. You know, I can go into whatever establishment and have a great time and be accepted in either one. But I'm saying, if you're looking for high value, they're not going to be in the hood unless they're there giving back for a charity event. So you may have to take you some golf lessons. You may have to find your way on somebody's golf course. You may have to save up your money and move to the suburbs. I mean, there's so many, ways. Attend charity events, functions, all these things. But now also, you got to remember, well, I won't even get into that, never mind. But either which way, you got to place yourself in that environment. If you're just sitting home and you're just, God, I don't know where you at, so I'm going to just sit here and play on TikTok and I don't got nothing to do. I'm going to just sit here and wait on God. And you have done nothing at all to level up. Level up means what? Work on getting your confidence up, which starts with your walking into your purpose and your calling. Getting your money together, Stop the silly spending on nonsense because society says you got to have Birkin bags. For what? Birkin bags and all that nonsense. But yet, everything on the outside shows you got money, but everything else. So when this man comes or this woman comes into your life and they see you, look a certain way and you're carrying yourself this way, and now you got to ask for rent money or whatever on the first date, that's a turnoff. I'm a female and I'm telling you that's a turnoff. But I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry because I should have wrote the emails down with the questions for. I'm sorry. But yeah, so you got to put yourself in the environment. Like I said, you have to level yourself up. You have to also understand this. The reason why confidence is going to be important is because the competition is out there, right? So, and we don't worry about competition, right? We don't do that. When you know who you are, honey, I don't care who. You can put Halle Berry, you can put Beyonce next to me. I'm going to look over like, girl, you bad. But listen, I promise you, yeah, you ain't messing with me. And that only comes when you develop your inner confidence. It doesn't make a difference who look better, who body is better. It has nothing to do with that. That's all vain stuff. But when you are walking in confidence, nobody else can touch you. So now if you're dealing with a high value person, which they bring a lot of attention, period. Can you deal with that attention without popping off about you looked at her? Man, listen. Or even you men, if you're dealing with a high value woman and if this woman attracts a lot of attention, you got to be secure. You got to know that, listen, these dudes might be knocking at the door, but she's not going nowhere because I'm holding it down at home. So you can know how to brush that stuff off. But if you're insecure, that's not going to last. Nobody got time for that extra stress because you're already stressed dealing with your jobs and your career or whatever it is that you're doing. Sorry, DM's going crazy. Whatever it is that you're doing. So you don't want that extra stress on top of you. You just don't. I know I don't. Listen. So, so we're talking about confidence, talking about getting yourself leveled up, putting yourself in that environment, and making sure you have character, integrity, and everything that you're seeking. Did I miss anything? I should have wrote this stuff down. I am so sorry. But yeah, I don't know, guys. If I missed anything, just comment and let me know. I thought I'd turn my notifications off. I hate that because it always distracts me. Like a DM just came through and automatically it shifted my thought process. So I hope I touched everything from all the emails. But at the end of the day, guys, this is not for everybody because guess what? Everybody don't want a high value person. Some people are way more, just content and comfortable with just a very normal lifestyle. Everybody works 9 to 5. We have the weekends off. We can spend with the children and watch Netflix. And guess what? That is absolutely okay. Whatever works for you. So this is for people who are quote unquote seeking high value people. Again, to sum it up, high value attracts high value. So study, research, invest in yourself. Oh, the one thing I was missing. Another reason why you really, really want to work on yourself and make sure you're operating and you're gifting your calling and you're establishing your own income and all that stuff like that, right? You want to be independent. That's important as a woman. I always stress that. The problem sometimes with women, and I'm guilty of that in my past, I had to do a lot of work to unlearn some things. But independence is where it is. It's just that we have to know how to turn it on and turn it off and not be too strong at certain times. You have to figure out what works for you, that is not emasculating your man and that you're not operating in a masculine energy at the wrong times. If you're at work, you may need to, So the one reason why you really, really want to be stable, in your own stuff is because if something goes wrong in the relationship or the marriage, does not work out with your high value wife or husband, it is going to be extremely hard for you to go back to anything lesser. So if you're now dating a lawyer, a doctor, an entertainer, or whatever, whoever, right? It's going to be hard for you to leave that lifestyle and go back to the person who works at Home Depot. No disrespect. No job is better than the other. I'm just saying. It's going to be hard for you to go back to that. So now you're going to find yourself comparing everybody against your ex or the lifestyle that you had. Where if you kept your ducks in a row, and truth be told, if you're dealing with a high value person, if you didn't learn anything from that person in that relationship, then that's on you, because you should be in there taking notes, trying to really advance yourself, of course, help assist them in any way needed, but learning for yourself too. But even if it doesn't work out, you have some type of foundation. So you won't just crash and burn. You might hurt for a little bit, but you won't crash and burn because you got your stuff together. So I don't know. I feel like I'm babbling now, but normally I try to write notes down or I try to write the questions down, and I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. So anyway, I hope this helps someone. I would love to hear your comments, your feedback. But listen. I need when I hear your list, I don't care how much this and this you got. I need to know you got some character, some integrity, and you got a relationship with God, honey. Because I don't care if you got $1 billion. If you don't know God, you got to go, baby. All right, guys, it's your girl, Kizzy Rock.